Hey there, beautiful souls, earthly beings, Goddess Phoenix Sky here along with Mama Isis. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Thank you for the likes, subscribing, and shares. We appreciate it highly. I know I do. So this is Goddess Isis Motherly Love and Messages channel for those who are drawn to Goddess Isis but not really sure why you're drawn to her. You really want to know more about her, what role she plays in our lives, and just to know she's the most sought out deity goddess out there right now or ever. And it's also for those who are seeking authentic and unconditional parental love, compassion, and acceptance that you're not receiving from your own parents for whatever reason. Maybe they don't have the capacity to do so. This channel is for you. This community is for you as well. We invite you with open arms. So I always start off with a message from my personal deck that's on sale for $36, Goddess Isis Oracle deck. Messages that I was instructed to do by Mama Isis, followed by an incantation from the original Isis Oracle that is designed and created by Alina Fairchild. And then I do an affirmation from my book, I'm an Author, 365 Days of Affirmations for the Mind, Heart, Body, and Spirit. So let's get to it. And just to put a disclaimer out there, sometimes when I'm shuffling my deck, a card will pop out that may have been already recorded in a previous video, but maybe the lesson, we still need to learn the lesson. I'm just saying. So when that happens, that means that there's lessons that still need to be learned. The message still holds importance to you and to me as well, because when I'm pulling these cards, I'm not just pulling it for you, I'm also pulling it for myself. So Mama Isis, thank you for your presence and your love and support. Thank you for wrapping your arms and wings around me and protecting my energy and my aura and my space. Thank you. What is the message you have for the collective? I thank you for the visions, the messages, the wisdom, the insight, the guidance, the words. Thank you. What is the message for this video? Okay. So it says, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are seen, heard, and validated by her. She wants you to practice validating yourself because it's the only approval you will ever need. She empowers you to give yourself permission to be seen, heard, and validated within yourself. This card popped up last week, and it's a card that needs to be reminded. So I'm just reminding y'all about that. So Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are seen, heard, and validated by her. This believing that you are seen, heard, and validated. It's accepting and embracing that you're being seen, heard, and validated. Especially if you were not seen, heard, and validated when you were younger, it definitely affects you when you're growing up as an adult, because it makes it harder for you to accept validation. It makes it harder for you to accept being seen and heard because you were never seen and heard before when you were younger. And it just puts a damper on things when you're growing up and you want to be seen, heard, and validated and understood. And no one wants to understand you. No one wants to validate you. No one wants to see you. No one wants to hear you. You're invisible. I felt like that for a very long time. So at times it was hard for me to be accepted. It was hard for me to feel validation, experience validation within myself as well as other people. So she wants you to know that you are very much seen, heard, and validated by her. Like she gives you the utmost unconditional love, unconditional compassion, unconditional validation, unconditional protection. She gives that all to us. Every bit of it she gives to us. So she wants you to know that. She wants you to practice validating yourself because it is the only approval you will ever need. So sometimes in life we go through processes of, when we were young growing up, me being the oldest, I felt like everything was put on my shoulders and I had to say yes to everyone. And I wanted everyone to like me. I wanted everyone to appreciate me. I wanted everyone to appreciate my presence. And at times I didn't feel that at all. And so I was busy being a people pleaser and saying yes to everyone and doing a disservice to myself, where I was looking for validation with outside of myself, where the validation I needed was in myself. And so she's saying that she wants you to practice validating yourself because it's the only approval you will ever need. It is the only approval we will ever need. Seriously. Other people's validation is a plus, but ours is the most important validation we need. Ours is the most acceptance we will ever need. Ours is the only approval we will ever need in our lives. And I am guilty of that because there's times in my life when I was supposed to make a decision, I will call everybody and their mama to be like, hey, do you think I should make this decision, blah, 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 forgetting and not really sitting in the acceptance that it's my life. Whatever decision I choose is a decision I choose, and I have to put the stamp of approval of it on it. I'm the one that's the only one that can approve and validate myself with whatever decision I made. And I had to learn to tune people out and not go looking for the approval and validation of other people because it was not necessary, because they're not in my life and they're not walking in my shoes. So she wants you to practice validating yourself because it's the only validation you will ever need. The next thing she says is she empowers you to give yourself permission to be seen, heard, validated, and understood by yourself. You are the longest relationship you're going to have within your life. My girlfriend says that a lot to me, and sometimes I can't stand when she says that, but it's the truth. We are the only relationship, the longest relationship we're going to have in our lives. The longest. I'm 46 years old. I've been having a relationship with myself since I was born for 46 years. It's the longest relationship I'm ever going to have, and so are you. And so it's giving yourself permission to see yourself, to hear yourself and validate yourself and understand yourself and see and love and appreciate everything and accept everything and embrace everything there is to see about you. Everything to hear your own voice, to love your voice, love what it sounds like, to look at your body. It's not perfect. Nobody's body is perfect. It's accepting all of your flaws and imperfections just the way they are. I had to come to terms with that because sometimes I still feel like my stomach is just like, ooh, I need to lose weight. But then there's this girl on TikTok or in Instagram. She's a girl from Africa, and her name is Kim Sendu, I think it is, and she's all about body positivity, and she talks about fupa supremacy. Fupa is your stomach. You gotta love your stomach. It is the ginger, it is the spice, and that's like very inspiring to me. And I go through bouts of times because growing up, I had a little bit of body dysmorphia because, my parents would tell me, or my mother rather would tell me, my stomach looks like fat, I look like I'm pregnant, I look like I'm bloated. So that area of my body I've always had an issue with because somebody who I love kept repeating it over and over and over in my ear or to me that my stomach was an issue, that my fat rolls was an issue. It was an issue for them, not me, because I love myself the way that I am as a person. I think I'm beautiful. I think I'm sexy. But because a person who I love and I cared about, the person who gave me life, is saying these things to me, it really, really put a damper on my spirit. And I had to, over time, learn to see myself, hear myself, understand and validate all there is about me. This person right here, the spiritual being having a human experience who is creating content on YouTube to spread positivity and empowerment and inspiration and powerful, fulfilling, meaningful words and messages from Goddess Isis and myself. It took me a long time to get to the space where I was able to do that and do this. So that's what I'm saying. Mama Isis empowered me to give myself permission to feel seen, heard, validated, and understood by myself. So she's telling you the same thing. She empowers you to give yourself permission to be seen, heard, validated within yourself. Because, like I said, the longest relationship you're going to have is with you. And not nobody outside of you. So that's what this card is saying. So let's go to the incantation. Okay, so it is Pillar of Light. Descent of the Star of Isis. Beings of light and divinity are calling you now. They wish to connect with you more strongly, and you are being guided to strengthen your energy field to allow more of the divine light that seeks you to flow through your body safely and into expression. Didn't I just finish saying about body? So, the incantation is Pillar of Light burning bright, Earth star below star. Hold on. Pillar of light burning bright, Earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis, descend your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. Again, Pillar of light burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis descend. Your blessings and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection. Completely embrace in divine perfection. So that goes with this card. Accepting and validating yourself, being seen and heard by yourself, and accepting all of you just the way you are, because you're perfectly imperfect just the way you are. So the affirmation is I embrace love, compassion, and kindness from others without guilt or shame, because I deserve to receive as much as I give. Oof. Day 71. I embrace love and compassion and kindness from others without guilt or shame, because I deserve to receive as much as I give. That's the affirmation. I embrace love, compassion, and kindness from others without guilt or shame, because I deserve to receive as much as I give. So that is the message. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Goddess Phoenix Sky here. As I said earlier, that I offer and facilitate 30-minute Goddess Isis motherly love experiences for those who want to experience unconditional and authentic parental love, compassion, and acceptance by the Goddess herself, because you cannot receive it from your physical parents. And like I said before, it's not because they can't, they just don't have the capacity to do so in the way that you're expecting it. As well as Isis Oracle readings and my metaphysical bracelets that's on my Etsy, as well as my book. This is $36.22 plus shipping and handling. All of that is in the description box below, as well as my girlfriend's book, Child Without Words by Coach Mel. She's also an author. She writes about childhood trauma. It's a bit triggering. However, I feel like it's empowering and helpful, and it's speaking from the point of view of a child. So, talk to you guys soon. Later.